welcome.
I never said my kids weren't welcome.
If they apologize and they're kind of
No. I completely reversed that. I said, all we've got to do is be able to have a conversation so we're not sitting here in our house like a bunch of alcoholics that had a fight last night and forgot it happened. Everybody is.
Yeah, not Maddie and Kayla, but everybody else is.
Everybody is coming. So, and I'm just finding this out.
You said last time we talked, you said they can't come till they apologize.
And I need to communicate some more. Because
that's what you said. You've said that to me multiple times. They need to apologize.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday, March 26th, 2024. By now, you should have seen my video of the service that was held in Clark County, Nevada, in Las Vegas for Garrison Brown on Sunday, March 24th. The Nevada National Guard held his military memorial and service where his members of his unit remembered Garrison. Janelle was presented with a folded flag, and they did a gun salute for Garrison. The family was mostly in attendance, including most of the siblings, although some of the siblings did not appear to be in the photos. And Robyn and Kody were front and center, which I shared with you in my previous video, along with some photographs of Kody and Robyn at the event and how they were situated but not by Janelle. As we were looking through the photographs, many of you guys wanted to know if some of the siblings were there or were not there. And in my video, I shared the photographs that were provided by the National Guard. And I want to be clear, not all of the humans that were in the room were visible in every single photograph. However, in the family section, siblings that were in attendance appeared to be everyone except for Maddie Brown Brush, who may or may not have been there because I don't know if she was there or not. Maddie lives in North Carolina. She is the mother of 3 very young children and had just traveled to Arizona for his funeral. Maddie has a child that's in school, and I'm not sure if she was able to get to this specific memorial by the military for her brother. 3 people that did not seem to be in attendance were the oldest children of Kody and Robyn Brown. This wouldn't surprise me if they didn't attend, because Kody and Robyn seem to have weird feelings about the kids going to anything where they might see family or where they might see their siblings. Family section was not. It was divided onto 2 sides of the aisle. Some of them sat on one aisle with Mary. Others sat on the same aisle with Janelle. Brianna, Dayton, David, and Aurora were not photographed, nor were Solomon and Ariella. Because this was in Nevada, I can only speculate that Kody and Robyn would have told the kids they can't go and made them take care of Solomon and Ariella. Perhaps they didn't want to travel with Solomon and Ariella because they're children, and they didn't feel it appropriate to bring them to the funeral. However, other family members brought their own children. So I don't know why we don't see photographs of them. I don't know why they're not in the photographs. I don't know why, but it would appear that they were not there. I would understand more for Maddie if she wasn't there, and I don't know if she wasn't, not being there due to the fact that she is so far on the other side of the country, and she had already gone to a service for him, the family service, not the military service, and she's got kids in school in North Carolina. The other kids don't have children. They live with Kody and Robyn, and there's really no excuse for them not to be there. Christine's father was there. Christine's brother was there. 2 of her brothers, her sister was there. A huge part of Christine's extended family attended this event, just to give you context. Some of Kody's extended family attended this event, but yet the kids that are Kody and Robyn's adopted children are not photographed in any of the photographs. And again, My speculation here is that they likely were not allowed to go, or maybe they didn't want to go because of all of the poison that Kody and Robyn put in these poor children's heads. I mean, we know that they try to keep them separated because they don't want those kids to learn the truth about literally anything. They want to keep them isolated from everyone. And with those three not in attendance and the youngest kids not in attendance, Kody spent his time consoling his wife, Robyn. There's a photograph with Kody, and he has his hand on Robyn's leg. Robyn has her arm around Janelle. This is during a period which it appears they are praying because everyone's heads are down. Kody is looking at Robyn's leg rather than himself, hand on her leg. When Janelle is getting the flag, Kody looks at the flag, despondent. Robyn and Kody are holding hands. Some of you in my comments said it was really disconcerting that Kody would not be consoling Janelle. I want to be clear. I don't think Janelle wanted to be consoled by Kody. Given the magnitude of what's happened in this family and how abusive Kody is, I don't think it's even appropriate for Kody to console Janelle. I don't think Janelle and Kody wanted to be comforting to each other. And I don't think it's as much as Kody not offering comfort, and he probably isn't, but I don't think Janelle wants it. I think Janelle had the people around her that she wanted to have around her. I think she had her sons there. I think she had her daughter there. I think she had Christine and the kids there, and everyone was surrounding her. I think Janelle was fine. And I think Janelle has had a relationship where she's relied on her boys a lot versus Kody. So I don't think it should be read too much into it that Kody didn't comfort her. I just think it's more like these women have put up a boundary with Kody. They don't want to interact with him. They have said that very clearly. Janelle and Christine have said very clearly they don't plan to interact with them unless they have to. They don't have relationships with Kody and Robyn. With most of the family in attendance and a few of them missing, I just wanted to share that Hunter posted photos of him at the service with his brother Peyton, along with some photographs with his brother Garrison. And he wrote, "When tomorrow starts without me." He wrote, "I have no eulogy to give or long caption for you to read. All I can say is that Garrison has always been and will always be a huge part of my life. I will forever work at being better, at enjoying every moment, big or small, with my loved ones. I would encourage you to do the same. Now we are free. I will see you again, but not yet, not yet." I really like what he said. "I will forever work at being better, at enjoying every moment, big or small, with my loved ones. I would encourage you to do the same." I feel like there's been a lot of messages like this. Show compassion, reach out to your loved ones, call someone, call your loved ones, don't wait for them to call you. A lot of these have been very much sort of walking around this estrangement that's happening in the family. And I think that the estrangement doesn't get better because this passing happens at all. I think bridges were already burned, and I don't anticipate someone's death to bring Kody and Janelle back together. I don't expect decades of pain and hurt and abuse to be erased by the death of a child. And I think you'll see the kids from Janelle's family get closer. I'll think you'll see Christine and Janelle's kids get closer, but I don't expect them reaching out into the aisle and becoming closer. And McKelty, who had said that she had everyone in the same room and their family was all together, she had her arms crossed and didn't look very happy at the event for Garrison. And listen, I don't expect anyone to look happy, but I did think it was interesting that she was sitting on the same side with Mary, and she wasn't sitting with her sister Aspen. She wasn't sitting with the rest of the Brown siblings. And Gwendolyn was on that side too. It was like the two siblings that have been speaking out the most about the family and have Patreons did not sit with anyone else in the family. I don't know if that's a sign that there's animosity here. I have no idea. It just was an interesting view for me because there were seats available for McKelty and for Tony to sit next to Aspen. There were seats available for Gwendolyn and Mary and all of them to be over on that side, but they sat on the opposite side. more on the extended family, not with the immediate family. Either way, Hunter shared a variety of photographs, and it was very sweet. In regards to the flag and why Janelle got it, according to the way that the flags are given at these ceremonies, they're given to the next of kin, the appropriate next of kin. Garrison, on his military records, more than likely indicated his mother as his next of kin. He more than likely has her listed as his beneficiary as well. And there are life insurance policies through the National Guard that if I believe Janelle is the next of kin, she will be able to apply for and receive for his payments and for funeral expenses and any other debts that he has remaining. He has a home, by the way, that he still owns with a large mortgage. And at this point, the home has not been listed. They have not filed any records or any documents in court. And when you're in the military, a lot of times service members will have wills, they'll have trustees assigned and things executed because they can die in combat and they need to have their affairs and orders. Not every service member has one, but he was in for 9 years, so maybe he had something already set up. But because she got the flag, she was designated his next of kin. And it's probable that Garrison had it that way because she was his next of kin. Mary Brown shared a post, and I'm not going to share all of it because Mary has a propensity to ramble and she uses like her life coaching lingo, but she talks about grief, and a lot of this feels like it's a response to people getting criticized in the family about grief. So she wrote, "Grief is about love, or without feeling the love, the pain of loss wouldn't be so great. Grief sends you on a roller coaster of emotions, never knowing the twists and turns ahead, whether you're headed into an upturn or a free fall. Grief is not linear. There's no timeline or rule book to follow. It's not the same for any two people, and no two people handle it in the same exact way. I've had my share of loss, both through death and the endings of relationship, and each loss is individual and has a unique timeline of manageability. Having lost to death both parents, 3 siblings, and now one of our boys, I recognize my coping mechanisms. I recognize when I need to go inward and be alone, letting the grief move through me as I cry alone in my pillow. I recognize when I need to surround myself with my trusted people to gather strength from them. And I recognize when I need to attempt in some small way a semblance of normalcy. In each step, it takes a little bit of bravery to recognize and give the gift to myself. My timeline in grief, the way I deal with it, the emotions I feel through it might be different than yours, and yours may not be different than the next person. Neither is right and neither is wrong. It just is. Life will never go back to normal after a loss. That particular normal will never be again, but it will go forward. It always moves forward. It then becomes a question of what will you do in that forward? What will that new normal look like? What will you do to honor the love and the relationship with the person you lost? For me, I will remember and celebrate the good times and beautiful memories. I will honor myself and feel the grief when it arises because it inevitably will. But most importantly, I will live and I will love every day of that living." Mary's grief with Garrison is going to be very different than Janelle's grief with Garrison. And Mary is, again, not as close to him as Janelle. So I don't know. I don't think they should feel like they have to defend themselves about how they're managing their time. I think the only people that need to defend themselves or need to say something are Kody and Robyn, and they don't even really owe anyone an explanation. I don't think anyone, if people are mad at Mary or mad at Christine for going back to work, I don't think you can blame them for going back to work. They still have to go to work. I think where people will be upset is if after all of this, they continue on with the show. Because I think that people recognize the pain that he was in as a result of the show. And people recognize that his last text messages were about the show. So I think if people are mad at them, maybe it's that they are angry that they feel like the family isn't getting it. I can only share that my husband and I lost my mother-in-law, and we both grieved very differently. My husband went more inward. And because I didn't have as close of a relationship with her, I didn't feel the loss as much as him. I feel like my grief was more for his loss, which was palpable. And so a lot of what I did was trying to be there for him. So if I were to put the comparison of us, and I compare it to the Brown family, If you don't have as close of a relationship with someone that's immediate to that person, it's hard to compare the grief because we didn't have the same grief. We both grieved. I grieved for her loss, but then I also grieved for his loss. He grieved for his loss. He grieved for his son's loss. He grieved for his childhood. You know, you'll never know. And losing a child, a biological child, is going to be so different. Don't be mean to the family about their grief. It's fair to be agitated if they continue on with the show. I agree. It's fair to have opinions about that. It's fair to recognize that reality TV is damaging. It's fair to say that this public platform has contributed to a lot of pain for the family, but they still have to work. And you don't have to follow them or listen to them or watch them if it offends you. So Robyn and Kody's attendance at the event upset some of my followers. I even saw it in the comments in the other videos. Their kids don't appear to be there, but overwhelmingly, I don't think we should get mad at them for not consoling Janelle. I don't think Janelle wanted to be consoled by them. So tell me what your thoughts are about this in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.